G'day guys, welcome back to the Aussie Gooner channel, and you're here with me and Nick today. We're down a Gooner, but it's all good. We're up 3 points. So, you know what? It's all good. You know, we lose a man, but we get 3 points. Hopefully get him back next week. But, Nick, how you going, bro? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Good. Sunday, relaxing day.
Arsenal let you relax? Arsenal made you feel all right, yeah? Could you believe it?
Well, kind of. I was a bit worried there at the beginning. I thought, geez, what have we gotten ourselves into here?
First 45 was a joke, eh?
It sure was, man. It sure was. I was blown away with the fact that we had nothing.
You know, 45 minutes of useless with the ball, and that's the first thing I wanted to discuss. Like, I thought the 45. I looked at the lineup. What did you think of the lineup? Like, Tavares was started, right? And I was calling for Tini. A lot of people were, only because we got United coming up, right? And I thought maybe a few minutes, just even, just 20, 30 minutes into the, even if they subbed him or whatever, just so we can have him from United. But Tavares didn't start, and they dropped Lacazette. Now that was a shock for Odegaard.
I was really, yeah.
That shit me. That shit me with no Lacazette up front. Like, seriously. And that, I looked at that lineup, and honestly, my opinion was that if you're going to drop anyone, and you don't want to drop Sambi for Odegaard, you don't want to play that game. What I thought was we'd drop Aubameyang, throw Lacazette up front with Odegaard behind him, because I think everybody that watches this, or anyone out there, is going to think that the one player that deserves to be on the pitch between Aubameyang and Lacazette, in my opinion, is Lacazette. I don't know. What did you think, man, like with that lineup?
I'm with you, man. I'm with you 100%.
That was shocking.
Look at what he did.
Every game.
Anything notable?
No, Aubameyang? Or you're talking about Aubameyang?
No, Aubameyang.
There's one.
Let's start with captain. Did he do anything notable?
In his captaincy? In other words, spur on the boys, get in there, that kind of stuff? Now, you know why? Because he's no, he didn't do any of that.
Anything at all?
Yeah, he did do something.
Anything at all? Did he do anything on the pitch that warranted him being there?
If you're a Newcastle fan, yes. If you're an Arsenal fan, no. As a Newcastle fan, you're like, thank God. As an Arsenal fan, you're going, oh God. He didn't, but not even in this game. The last 3 games, let's say, has he warranted a start? He doesn't deserve to get on the pitch, let alone wear the armband. And that's what's getting me. Like, we got the lineup. The lineup was special. Okay, fair enough. The lineup was different. I was expecting Tierney on the left. Didn't happen. We went with the same lineup that played against Liverpool. Fair enough. That's a good lineup. I think Nuno still has problems defensively, but that's neither here or there now. 3 points were earned. Obviously, this is,
His defensiveness, his defensive mindedness really didn't come into play
exactly
in that game against Newcastle, because, mate, I don't know, but by my calculations, I think he ran about 53 kilometres yesterday, and it was just, he was everywhere. He was up, down, round and round. He was at one point he was on the right hand side of the pitch. I don't know why.
Yeah, I saw that.
But yeah,
his positioning.
I'm thinking to myself, where are you going, dude? Like, mate, that's not your position, dude. But he was. Look, I give him points for trying to be everywhere and trying to do everything. But come on, man.
Against bigger clubs.
I ain't no striker, so I ain't going to be bombing up there and trying to pot goals and, having shots from 20, 25 out that went nowhere near the goal. Like, let's be real.
He's getting shooting.
Nowhere near the goal.
He's getting shooting tips from Partey. No shit. He's getting him and Partey. Partey's like, let me tell you how to shoot the ball properly. Now watch this. You got to send this into orbit. And every shot was into orbit. It was like, what the fuck, man? Like, I know. Look, he was more of an attacking threat, and his shots were going into orbit than Aubameyang was.
Well, at least he was having shots.
Yes, he was having shots. He was having a dig. Give it a whirl.
Yeah, he was having shots 20, 25 out. But then you got Aubameyang that hits the post from 2 meters out.
But oh my God, like that's what I was.
He's got 7 meters. He's got 7 meters of goal to aim at, and he hits 3 inches of post.
Yeah, yeah, and that's our captain. Like the first 45, and the first 45 killed me. The first 45, I wasn't expecting us to come out gun. I wanted us to come out and press them. Now we saw that Newcastle change their shape. I think they played a back four. I don't know when you're watching it on Optus and that they played it as I think they set them up as a 3-4-3, but it wasn't a 3-4-3.
3-4-3, yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Like when you look at the pitch, it looked like it was a back four, and I went, well, that's smart from Eddie Howe.
Well, they did, because you saw what we were doing. We were camped in their half.
Yeah.
Our centre halves were 5 meters into their half. Right.
Yeah. Ben White was making runs. Making runs just outside the box. He was, and in the first half, it was like you could see that we had the ball, we had the possession, and I know it's patience. And I was having this discussion with a friend of mine about patience, and I understand patience. Patience is all good, but I want to see some direction with our attack. Now I know I'm expecting a lot from Arsenal, but I didn't see much direction in our attack. It looked like we were passing the ball around and hoping for something to happen in the first 45. Like there was no direction. We're going to attack, but it's like, well, how do we muster up an attack? We know how to defend, but we don't know how to put the ball together or how to put in some quick passes and to initiate attack. That's what it looked like in the first half. Oh, what did you think, mate?
Yeah. No, 100% correct. We just went from left side to right side to left side to right side to the centre halves to the right wing, back to the centre halves to the left wing, to back into the middle, back to the centre halves. It was just repeat.
It was erratic at one stage, and
left and right. It was like they were playing possession football with no end product. They had they had no plan. They didn't know where they were going and what they were doing. It's
like we're 4-0 up and it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's like, who cares, right? And Saka, don't get me wrong, in the first half, he was predictable. Like I'm not going to hammer on Saka, but in the first half, you could see it. He's slowly rolling the ball to his right, but we know what he's going to do. He's going to cut to his left and not burst. Like he's similar to Sterling in the way he moves on the ball, right? You know how Sterling's dainty on the ball and he moves slow and then he just bursts out with speed. But Saka was on the first half, was pulling to his, like he's showing that he's going to the right. And we all know, including the Newcastle defender, knows that he's going to cut to his left and try to cut in. And if you know you're going to do that, there needed to be more speed. There needed to be, I think I was just looking for a sense of urgency. A sense of urgency. And there was none. And that was my biggest qualm with the first half, where the sense of urgency wasn't there. And I thought to myself, against one of the worst defensive teams in the Premier League, that's the first half we muster up. And it worried me, mainly because that lineup there looks like the lineup that's going to go up against United. And in the first 45, it worried me. I mean, I don't know how you felt after that 45. I don't know if you were still awake. It's hard to watch. Bloody hard to watch. Tavares was doing everything on the left. Tavares was the only attacking threat. And let's be honest, Tavares, I know I didn't want him to start because defensively he's not, and not for this game, but for the Man United game. That's my reasoning, guys. My reasoning for him not to start in this game is so he can play against, so Tierney can play against Man United, but that's neither here or there. But we have to give credit to him. Him and Sambi, okay, both Tavares and Sambi put in the shift even in the first half. They were probably the only ones that could hold their heads up high. And in the Liverpool game, Sambi and Tavares were the ones that were down. So it's like they came back and they had something to prove. And they proved it in the first half. Where the rest of the team was, I don't know, in the first half. And did you see Sambi? What did you find it strange?
It was really weird. Like that's what I can't understand, because they were. Yes, we went forward, and that's all we did. We didn't have to come back. And when they did throw the balls over the top for Wilson and for Saint Maximin, our defenders dealt with it quite easily. And there was no Ben White and Gabriel just right. Okay, fair enough. The ball's come over the top. Yep, bit of a push and shove. I'll win it back. Win the ball back, off to the left, and Tavares goes on another marauding run all the way up to the final third. There was no need for anybody to basically stay back. We could have had Partey come back and and played in the back three and let everyone else stay in the in the Newcastle half.
They didn't offer anything, Newcastle.
No, well that's the thing. They didn't offer anything, and we just didn't have to do anything in defence. And like I said to you in the game, to me it looks like they're trying trying to get us to fall into a trap, because at one point you had Ben White and Gabriel standing right on the edge of the halfway circle. So what's that, about 8 meters into their
Pretty much.
into their half,
Pretty much.
right? And I said to you, these guys are looking like they're going to set us up for
On
a
the
long
counter.
ball over the top.
Yeah.
Right? Just one long launch over the top, and it happened.
Mm.
And it happened. But luckily, at that point, Gabriel was a little bit further back. It was a little bit, I think it was a little bit on inside our half.
Mm-hmm.
And he won it back. They tried it a couple of times. It didn't come off.
But against, of course,
they in the first half, they gave us nothing. We just had 67% of the possession, going left to right and right to left, and that was it. In the second half, different. They came at us at one point.
They did. We were different the second half, and that's the other thing. Like, did you see any worrying signs in the first half? Did you see any worrying signs? Like, does anything
from a Newcastle perspective?
No, from an Arsenal perspective. No, nothing. There was nothing. It was nothing coming at us. It looked like training ground, didn't it? Yeah. We weren't tested really, and
you looked at how they set up. They were quite happy for us to have the ball in their half.
Yep.
They had their front three and their back four were literally 15 meters apart.
Oh, they were tight. They were sitting in they were literally parked the bus from the kickoff.
Yep, and in a high line with their defenders, the defensive line not far behind their midfield line, and they were quite content for us to have the ball.
At one stage, it looked like the midfield and the defenders had just become one line. Like it looked horrible. I'm going, look at this brick wall. And in that, look, don't get me wrong. We patience is a virtue. I'm an impatient kind of guy. I get the shits real quick.
Same.
Yeah, and you're the same. It's like, break them down. This is the worst.
I hate beating around the bush. I like direct. We're going there, we're going direct, and we're not fucking around, and we're going straight there, and we're going for goal.
That's it. That's what I'm. That's the kind of person I am too. Even that's in life as well. So that's why on Instagram I lose my crap. It's because I expect just a little bit more. Yeah, I did lose it, eh? And everyone's like, relax. I'm like, I am. You want to see crazy? You ain't seen nothing yet. No, you've heard some of my crazy. It's been pretty good. It's good. I should play a little bit of that over this. Oh my god, he's insane. Oh, God. The Aussie Gooner. I swear. Subscriber count 39-1, and just me.
Hey, then again,
yeah.
You look at Arsenal Fan TV. They were when we were doing okay. They was like, man, okay, that many people liked it and this, that, the other. All of a sudden, we started to turn to shit, and all those
the supporters came.
Claude, God rest his soul, and all them started going ballistic, losing their minds. And we had Liverpool supporters, Man United, Chelsea, Man City. We had fucking Wolves supporters on there, fucking
just wanted to get an AFTV.
Subscribing to it.
Yeah. Well, you never know. They might want to. It could work. The crazy twisted side of me, because there's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Dr. Jekyll really doesn't come out much. So this is sort of Dr. Jekyll is sort of here now. Mr. Hyde is in the background right now trying to get through. Don't worry, it's all right. It was coming out in the Newcastle game, but it was. I mean, the second half. And in the second half, it was refreshing. I think what I noticed the most in the second half was the performance from Saka. It's as if he got, and this is my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, do you reckon that Arteta got into Saka's ear a little bit? Because
I think he copped an ass kicking.
Yeah, so did I. It's like, stop being so predictable, because in that, he came out a man possessed in that second half, and I'm like, what
different,
now?
Very different.
I was calling for Pepe. You remember? I was saying, if he's going to keep playing these, Pepe's going to come on. And I couldn't believe it. I was saying that. But I was saying it, guys. And he came out a man possessed. And that goal. That goal. Tavares involved. Saka in there. It was a nice... Sambi in there. What?
ESR.
Everybody got a touch of that ball. And it was just magical to see that go into the back of the net.
It was 14 or 15 passes involved in that.
Yeah. It was, but it was made to look easy though.
Yeah, but it was like the old Arsenal of Van Persie and Fabregas and all them, and when we used to play that tiki taka, man.
Pass it from the back and just get it all the way through, and then Wilshere scores. Yeah.
That's what I mean. It was really strange. Like, I thought, wow, okay, where did that come from? And And it was
Yeah.
good that, Saka actually, had the confidence to take that on, thinking, you know what, I'm just going to blast it.
And that's what you want.
And that's what he did.
But that's what I want. I want players to have the confidence not to try and pass the ball into the back of the net. I want you're open, take the shot. I mean, Tavares, Partey, I'm sorry, guys, your foot's bent. I know you're open.
They've been banned from taking shots.
Please, I mean,
you remember at school how we used to have pen licenses?
Oh yeah. They're back on pencils.
And if your writing was not neat, they'd revoke your pen license.
And you'd be stuck with pencil, so you could rub it out. Yeah,
correct. So you can rub out your mistakes.
Yeah.
So I think Partey and Tavares should have their shooting licenses revoked.
I think that's a good idea. I'm gonna take that up with Arteta. I'm gonna say, guys, I'm gonna put the whole
Arteta or send it to Mr. Josh, KSC.
Yeah, well, I mean KSC, I'm good with those lads. I'm gonna be like, look, Josh, I'm gonna just a little bit of an issue. I mean, I love Tavares and his enthusiasm, but the 20 odd shots that he took on goal, where none of them fucking worked the keeper, I think it's a bit much. Just a little bit much. Just relax it a little bit. You're a defender. You're a wing back. Put the ball into the box. Overlapping runs. I like the enthusiasm, but it's just you're not getting anywhere near the goal, mate. Like, it's you're lucky at 1 out of 15, if you know what I mean. That's a kind of
in saying that, in his defence, if he was to put the ball into the box, correct.
And to who? And that's the thing. I'm honestly looking at Aubameyang right now, and I think he's a man who has lost all confidence. I don't know why, but my problem here is I've had enough of players being soft. And the reason why I can't handle a soft player is because you're paid to do a job. You're paid handsomely to do a job. Yep. You're not bigger than the club. The club respects you. The club wants you to show up. And the reason why you're got the armband, the reason why you're starting for our club is because you're rated, and that's why you're paid. You need to come out and do a job. And my problem with Aubameyang is his body language from the start. It's like, this guy's not going to come to the table. And in this game, the young guns, you know what I mean? The young guns came out and really showed what they're all about. Now,
yep.
I honestly, after that Saka goal, was screaming for Lacazette. I don't know about you. I think after the Saka goal, I was screaming for Lacazette to come in for Aubameyang. And that was early on. And I think it was us playing with 10 men, and this is horrible, but I felt as if we were playing with 10 men with Aubameyang, even as captain, as a striker, as our talisman. Wow, I'm saying that. He's supposed to be our talisman. And I don't know where to go from here when it comes to him. I don't know. Against Man United, if he starts, that's a shambles.
Look, who do you start in his place?
I don't know. This is going to... It is a problem.
This is the problem we have.
Mm-hmm.
Do you start Lacazette in his place? Okay, there's an option.
Mm-hmm.
But Lacazette is more of your hold-up player.
Fox in the box as well.
He's not going to make those darting runs. I mean, neither did Aubameyang against Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
But
worst defense, one of the worst defenders. They got the worst defensive line, and he couldn't score with an open goal. But continue. I'm sorry. Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not one of those players that's going to use his pace to get in behind the defense, right? Whereas if you get Aubameyang in the right mood, he'll do it. He'll do it. He's got the pace to do it. He's got the skill to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But which Aubameyang's going to show up next week?
That's the problem. The inconsistencies now are costing this team. Yep. Now, look, we got 3 points against Newcastle, which was to be expected. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
An expected 3 points, 100%.
Now, nothing less.
Exactly. You couldn't afford anything less than that, right? We're sitting in a decent position in the league at the moment. We need to get points. Yep. My opinion is we need to get points from every team in the league, whether it's 1 or 3. We need to get something from every game. Now, I know we can't compete against the likes of Liverpool, City, blah blah blah, and Chelsea. They're at a different point at the moment,
and different level.
Exactly, we're sitting way too low now. But we are, in our defence, the youngest squad on the pitch and the newest team to be put together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can give that to the youngsters. The youngsters are showing up. Would you agree? I reckon they are. I think they're doing the best they can with the time they've had.
Mm.
Now, we've got 2 aging players, and this is the reason why we average at about 24 years old with either an Aubameyang or Lacazette starting.
I think it was 24.7 or something. The statistics said
that's with one of those guys starting. All right, that's with either one of those guys starting. If I take one of those guys out of the equation and put anyone else in, we'll be down there in the 23s, right?
Yeah, 22,
now
23, yeah.
22, 23, respectively. I think against, I know Lacazette hasn't shown much, but you know what he does show? Is leadership quality. He shows drive, passion, something that's missing from this team. Apart from goals, I believe that Aubameyang, he hasn't got goals, but he hasn't got that passion and drive. So if he hasn't got goals in him and he hasn't got passion and drive, I could put Bernd Leno in there as a number 9 and he could give me more because of his height.
Pretty much.
Okay. So I think Lacazette's...
He'd be a target man.
He'd be a target man. You could just let him stand there like Giroud, like a lamppost, and bounce the ball off his head. But yeah, look, I think Lacazette, he's not the best striker in the Premier League, far from it. But he's our only option going forward. At least he can bring in the passion, the drive, and the desire that the team needs to grind out a win. And there's going to be leadership qualities. We go down 1-0, he's going to be screaming and barking orders, we got this. And people are going to respect him for that. I do believe that Lacazette needs to start against United and Aubameyang needs to drop.
Look, I'm going back to this Newcastle game, seeing what we saw, the last 3, 4, 5, 8 games, with the squad and the team that's been starting the whole time. Might upset Zaya when I say this, but Odegaard, the creative one, didn't really create much.
Yeah, but you know what? He did put a couple of balls in for Aubameyang that he should have got his foot on.
He did.
He did. And Aubameyang was
but
fucking...
But in saying that, in the second half, when Newcastle decided to come out and play, his link-up play with the rest of the team was not very good. He slowed a lot of our counters down by taking an extra touch or
sideways pass,
stopping and looking and passing backwards and that sort of shit. And that doesn't sit well with me either. In my opinion, I'd have much rather have started with Laka and Aubameyang, because at least, with Laka, he'll come back, he'll put in a shift, 60, 70 minutes, whatever it is, he'll run himself into the ground and then, okay, I'm done. Well, that was the only downside that I saw with Odegaard. Like his link-up play was just not there, man. And I don't understand why. I don't know whether it's not enough minutes with the boys on the pitch, not enough Premier League experience, because, look, it's a lot quicker in the EPL than it is in Spain.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
I watched Barcelona. Villarreal this morning.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, Jesus Christ, these guys are like pensioners, man.
And you know what? You're right there. The speed in the Premier League is something hard. A lot of players have had a hard time getting used to.
Yeah.
But
100%.
But would it be the fact that Odegaard's been, after we've gotten into a 4-4-2, he's been utilised as a winger at some stages. He's been utilised as a replacement for Lacazette. He's almost become somewhat of a Milner, where he gets thrown in for the last few minutes. And I think that with a few more minutes under his belt, a bit more movement a bit more time on the field, with our squad, he might be able to grow into the position. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, he wasn't the worst player on the pitch.
No, definitely not. No. I won't take anything away from him.
No,
he gave a fair bit.
He did. And I think I want to be patient with him, mainly because being in that 4-4-2, it's going to take time for him to get used to his defending midfielders when it comes to Sambi and Partey and the way they're going to be moving on the ball. Don't forget, again, it's a new squad. I don't think Odegaard is he's not going to be a Mesut Ozil. That's one thing that's not going to happen, and that's what people have to understand. I honestly see him more of as box-to-box, but that's just me. I don't think he's got the muscle on him, but I think he is more suited to a box-to-box, and to have a bit more muscle on him, he'd be better. But in this game, he wasn't perfect, but I saw some positivity from him. I did see some
Yeah,
inklings
definitely.
of what Odegaard can bring. I just think he was let down. I was let down by the fact that that Aubameyang couldn't get on the ball as easily, and Aubameyang just wants the ball to drop right at his foot, right in front. Because if it isn't in front of him, it's useless. And that's why I think Lacazette, being a kind of guy who can hold up the ball and link up a lot better with players than Aubameyang, it could, if Lacazette doesn't get the goal, correct me if I'm wrong, a ball to Lacazette and then a run through, Lacazette's the kind of guy that'll find that player or be aware of players that are making runs, where there's Aubameyang.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from that one time with ESL where he flicked it nice, he's not linking up even that well.
No.
And even in the Newcastle game, you saw the way it went through. We saw Lacazette introduced. We saw more positivity in the second half. But we also saw Saka go down injured. And I'm hoping that it's not big. I'm hoping it's fine. I haven't heard anything yet. Remember, we are in Australia. We're down under, so we don't hear shit for ages. Yeah, you know.
We'll hear it sometime on Wednesday or something.
Yeah,
before the game.
Yeah. Oh, heads up. No Saka. Oh, cheers for that. But refresh.
By the way, Steve, Friday 7:15.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yep, that's right. Because I'm in England. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's big. That's big. And I'm gonna and hopefully me and Borchia, we're gonna be going back and forward on that one. Oh shit, Man United, Arsenal, both of us shambolic. Actually, Arsenal a little bit better than them at the moment. Yeah, a little bit better, but
just a little bit.
But you know what? Me and you have been calling for this. We've been calling, and I've been saying, what does Martinelli have to do to get a game or some minutes? Now, unfortunately,
we saw what he has to do.
But did he do it?
He had to get injured.
He had to see that, and that's how much Arteta has rated him. So he's come out, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong. This is my opinion. Tell me what you think. Do you think he had something to prove when he came on? Do you think he just said that far in his eyes of watch this?
Yeah.
It looked it, didn't it?
Yep.
Watch
definitely, man.
Minutes on the. He only had minutes on the pitch, and Tommy's pass. Tommy's pass.
That was just spot on.
It doesn't get better. Like, it's just gone drop,
No.
and to have the guts to just say, watch this, back of the net. That's what you've been missing. You don't have goals. I have them. Merry Christmas.
Just to watch that ball come over his shoulder.
Yes.
And just straight onto his foot, and for him to place it past that keeper, who. You know what? Let's be real. He had a decent game, that Dubravka.
It's his first game back. He's been injured for ages.
Yeah.
He
had a great game, man. He was pulling off saves left, right, and centre. He had him minutes before Saka's goal. He pulled off that save off ESR.
ESR, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. It was right at him, but
still
it came fast.
Yeah. First game back. He hasn't played for months. He hasn't, the whole season, been injured.
Then Mr. Offside shanks that one into the post.
Yeah.
But no, he had a good game, and for him, for Martinelli to place that past him perfectly was just ridiculous.
If that was
my post, mate.
If that was
a finish and a half,
exactly, and if that was Raheem Sterling, if that was Salah, all right, everybody would be jumping around, right?
Yeah.
You'd see it.
Well, you saw it with Ronaldo. Pop one in. Oh, Ronaldo.
Exactly.
That finish there was as good as one of his against who were they playing when he first come in? I can't remember who it was. And he finished a volley like that. And now, oh my God, that was fantastic. Not one person has said anything.
Yeah, it's gone quiet.
Apart from the Arsenal fans.
Of course.
Apart from the Arsenal fans.
It's about the negativity that you're going to get from pundits and that. And I fucking hate it. Like, seriously. Now, Martinelli's come in. He's put a shift in, right? And now this is going to give Arteta some... he's going to go, wait a minute. And I like this. I like a player to come out off the bench and go, Merry Christmas. Let me show you what your captain is failing to do. Should be doing. Open goal, can't score. I've got half a chance. And let's be honest, that was half a chance. That wasn't an easy chance. That was not an easy chance.
From that angle, he only had 1/3 of the goal to aim at.
Exactly. And what does he do? He makes the right decision, doesn't waste time, doesn't overthink it, and says, stuff this. And I know that could come from his being young and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? End of the day, if he's going to come into a game and put in a shift like that, you got to start thinking, why am I starting Aubameyang? Is it because of the captain's armband? Give me that. I hand it to somebody else. Now, there's no more excuses. And I think Martinelli is now going to cause, not give headaches, but feel me on this. I saw Martinelli come in and I thought, all right, Martinelli shows me something. And remember I say he loves cutting in. He loves cutting in. He loves to get into goal. Now, maybe he's too weak to be a striker, right? And I know...
That's my thought as well.
That's right, he's too weak, right? But you know what, right? Now, here's an idea. And Odegaard for you wasn't at his best, let's say.
No.
And so this is where I'm coming with this. Why can't I chuck Emil Smith-Rowe in as the number 10 that he is, right? Feel me? I maybe go to Saka and Martinelli and say this way or that way. Doesn't really matter because either one of them can play the side, right? And I start...
Well, Martinelli's two-footed.
He is. And that's why I said he can go this way. And Saka can play the side too. This is the best thing about this squad being so young. They're ready to rumble. Coach, I'll be a defender. I'll play keeper. They're ready to rumble. So, and they're ready to put their hand up for the gaffer. I'll play anywhere. So, does that offer a different dynamic coming up against Man United? Having a Martinelli start, a Saka start, if Saka's good, let's pray, and Emil Smith-Rowe in the middle of the park where he seems to be more comfortable and keep shifting there naturally, and the Lacazette up front.
That works.
And you've got a guy who can hold up the ball and guys that can cut in.
Yeah, that works. Yeah,
it works.
That's the thing. The only
and Tavares just flying down the left, taking shots, bro.
Halfway.
Yeah, he doesn't care, mate. And you know what? If he gets one, you'll never stop him then. Shit.
Dude, you know what? It'll be like one of those Kalashnikovs ones, those bombs that he used to hammer from just outside the box.
Yeah. Oh my god!
If it went close to the goal, like it was going in, there was keeper was going to stop.
Nah.
Like a rocket.
Sledgehammer.
But yeah, no. Look, the only thing that I can see that would be wrong with that is Saka's not the best finisher.
No.
Neither is Martinelli. He needs quite, maybe he needs a couple to get on target before, a couple of shots before he gets a couple on target. But yesterday he proved that with his first shot, basically, But
I've been calling for this. I wanted him to start for ages. But anyway, I've been on his side. I'm biased.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Look, he did a job, man.
Oh,
he did a job. But the thing is, that's the only thing that I can see is we don't have many people that are clinical, man, when it comes to finishing.
Of course not. No, we don't. No, we can call that a spade. Yeah, a spade. Of course we don't. No.
Look at it. And
look at our stats.
If you look at it, realistically, Aubameyang, no. Lacazette, no. Saka, no. Martinelli, no.
Not proven.
Isar's the only one that's had, a few shots and they've all basically been on target.
But where does he shoot from, though? Where is he getting his goals from? Where is he? He's in the middle
of the box.
Yeah, and that's why I want to play him at number 10.
Center of the box, where his favourite spot is, where Aubameyang should be.
But as a number 10, and if I use a Lacazette, a guy who holds up the ball, does that not open up play more for ESR to get on the wall and take a shot? Does 100%. That? And I know when we're playing with a striker who, don't get me wrong, hasn't been clinical, but again, he's been thrown on the pitch from here and there as a support for Aubameyang. I'm saying he no longer needs support. Now he's going to be the man. I think it allows us a little bit more, a different dynamic going forward.
Yeah, 100%
and still doesn't hurt us defensively. So defensively, we're still going to be sound.
No. Yeah.
So it won't hurt us. Our midfield will still be the same. It'll just change a winger. It'll allow a new winger to come in and a new midfielder to come into his position. And from a winger to come into a number 10 role. And of course, you've got your Odegaards you can play around with here and there and blah, blah, blah. But I think it could be, I'm not saying it is the formation. I'm saying it's a possibility. Now, I'm hoping Arteta can see something in him.
Look, he gets given, people keep saying, he gets given an opportunity in the Carabao Cup, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but when you're playing Carabao Cup, don't forget you're playing with
what's a squad?
Half a squad.
Yeah, if that.
Half a squad. And Yeah, if that sometimes.
Yeah.
But you're not playing with the caliber of players that are out there. I know that you've still got a point to prove, and you can only play what's in front of you. But at the end of the day,
He's not playing with the starting line.
It's different when I'm playing. Yeah, it's different when I'm playing next to Gary from the Milk Bar.
Exactly.
In the centre of defence, and different when I've got Martin Keown standing next to me.
Precisely.
I know that if Gary's not going to say nothing to me, but Martin's going to kick my ass if I screw up or I'm not holding my man.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. Like, it's tough, man. The kid doesn't get given a go. Is he rated even by the manager? If he's not rated, let him go. Let him blossom somewhere else. If you personally don't think he's good enough, don't hold the kid back. But he can't be that shit if he's been called up for Brazil.
Exactly. Precisely. And I'd love to know what Arteta's qualm is with Martinelli, because his performances for Arsenal, I mean, when we've needed him, haven't been the worst. I mean, they've been pretty good. And I mean, in the Newcastle game, his final goal was the icing on the cake. We got the 2-0. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy with that. I was expecting it to be 2-0, and it was. It's great. And to be perfectly honest, I think if Arteta doesn't open up his eyes, and I know I've always been a kind of guy that says, I want to know what my starting line is. Right? I know what can we agree? We know what our back four is.
Back four, back six?
Yeah. There you go. Midfield.
Because you've got Partey and Sambi at the moment. I mean, I really can't see anyone else displacing Sambi.
No.
Personally.
Or Xhaka. We're waiting for Xhaka to come back from his injury. He'll be our saviour. Yeah, fuck off. Nah, he's not coming in.
Look, personally, no, because then you're playing two holding midfielders. You don't need that. Like you're putting a back six up there, and you may as well play them four across the back. Across the back as centre halves, and Sambi's
a bit better going forward.
Back to run their own race.
Sambi's all right going forward. He's still very defensive minded, but he's a bit better going forward than he would be against Xhaka. Xhaka's just too slow. He can only turn one way, and we wouldn't want him to start. So we can agree that we've got our midfield, defensive line, and our goalkeeper set, and that is in stone. We can say our wingers, in ESR and Saka are set, that these guys are going to get a start regardless. And that the only thing that's left now is who we're going to play up front and how we're going to play. Front two, right? And with the front two, we've got one of them that isn't performing. We've got one of them that's putting in a shift, whether it be as a captain, whether it be as a player, a squad player. I do believe that it's time for Lacazette to start. And I do believe that at least trying to incorporate Martinelli here and there in the starting line from time to time is only going to benefit the club and benefit Martinelli at the end of the day. It doesn't necessarily mean we've got to change our whole shape. We can continue to play a 4-4-2. It just means players can shift from position to position. I'm pretty sure ESR will be great as a number 10.
100%.
I think he's just dangerous. But
yeah.
Look,
he's in the right position every time, man. He's always there.
He just wants to go there.
Right on the edge of the box there, man.
He just keeps pulling. Everyone keeps cutting in. Well, naturally, he wants to play in the centre of the park. Why don't we give this guy a go? Our striker isn't doing anything with the ball. We're playing with 10 men. We might as well start this out and see what we get. End of the day, we've got nothing to lose by taking Aubameyang off. If anything, we might score a goal and he won't cancel it out by being offside. Maybe we'll be able to score more goals without Aubameyang. Jeez, anyone ever heard of that? Fucking hell. Guy's a bloody shambles, mate. No, I'm fucking done with the guy. Like, seriously, Nick. Look, the guy's fucking, he's like we say, Xhaka shouldn't be on the pitch because of his attitude and blah, blah, blah. Aubameyang can't be on, and Aubameyang can't be on the pitch. Again, his attitude as captain, I can't accept that. It's shit.
No, it sucks balls, man.
It's fucked. It's like, you got to get in and be a captain and push your team. Urge him. Hammer, get in. Come on, guys. Let's go. We got this. Spur him on. He's running around and just, it's like he's captain, but he's just an individual. He doesn't see himself as a captain. He's got this armband on like it's a fashion statement. And that's what really just gets under my skin. If he was scoring his goals, we could say, all right, that justifies his starting. He's not. He's not captaining the team. He's not bringing anything to the pitch. No. I think it's time for him to sit on the bench for a bit. And if it hurts his morale, so be it. Maybe a little bit of a stint on the bench to show that I don't care if we're paying you £300,000 a week or whatever it may be, give or take. I think it's time for you to sit this one out because you're costing us games.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Honestly, that's just
because
me.
At the end of the day, like, I'm a firm believer of if you're not performing, dude, you don't belong on there.
Plain and simple.
You know, and he's not performing. Let's be real, he's not performing.
No, he's not. Not even close.
He's
not
done
even...
nothing. He's done nothing, man.
He's a shadow of himself. He's a shadow. This is a shadow. Like, Sambi Lokonga had a hard game against Liverpool. Would you agree?
Yep.
Did he show up in this
100%.
game? Did he not show up in this game?
He did.
Man of the match, maybe.
Close to.
Tavares, shocking against Liverpool.
Yeah, again.
Did he put a shift in?
He did.
He put a shift in.
He put 3 shifts in one game.
Yeah, he came out and said, I've got to make this one up. Right? But that's what you love about the young players. They come in and they're like, I stuffed up, boss. I stuffed up. I'm sorry. I'm going to make it up to you. And they make it up. They come in and they just... Mate, I'm telling you, Tavares looked like he could play another 90 minutes. Honestly, he wasn't phased. He's like, you think I'm tired? Mohamed El Neni's sitting there going, I know you're not tired. We can keep doing this. You know what I mean? They got that energy. And I saw Sambi, same sort of attitude. I mean, look, regardless of the rest of the team, they all played well look, Ramsdale, great game, right? Takahiro, great game. Ben White is looking better and better. Every game he's looking better and better. Yeah. And the 50 million we spent on him. Geez, I wonder what everyone thinks now.
I'm eating my hat.
Oh, look, so am I.
I'm eating my hat. I already ate it. See, look, I've got no hat on.
You got no hat on, bro. Oh, well, I ate mine with the Ramsdale thing. Oh, look, the Ramsdale thing, I was like, why are we spending that much? But I ate mine, and I'll be honest, I really ate my words with Takahiro because I was like, I hope he's not a new Callum Chambers. He's not. He's fucking awesome. No. He's fucking awesome. No. And who is Bellerin? Does anyone remember Bellerin? Yeah, I don't know.
That model dude or something or other from France or something?
That's right. That's the fucker that cares more about his fucking head than the fucking team. I remember him. Yeah, that's the one. He's strutting his stuff on the right wing. Anyway, doesn't want to get dirty. Because
in Spain, getting sent off now.
Is it Betis? Is it real Betis? Yeah, it's really it's a real joke. He's a fucking shambles, mate. And you know what? He's like, I don't want to go back to Arsenal. It's good. We don't want you back. Stay there.
No, you've got no position. There's no place for him. I'd rather play Cedric in front of him.
Yeah, Cedric Suarez would put in the shift. Tavares had a great game, and to be honest, I think most of the squad did. I mean, Partey was a bit wayward here and there, I think, in this game.
He really didn't have much to do. So it kind of, he kind of fell by the wayside because they weren't really
pressing him. Yeah,
much.
They weren't.
If they did come forward, they went down the wings. They came nowhere near him.
Of course, why would you want to go down the middle of the park when you've got 2 brick walls there? Remember I was saying, you've got 2 brick walls in the midfield. You can't really create much, but you put a brick wall up in the midfield. So they had to come down the wings with Maximin, right? And of course, I think, Partey, not his best game, not his worst game. Just like you said, maybe didn't have much to do. Couldn't put much of a shift in because there wasn't much.
Like it anyway.
Didn't have any work to do.
The only time he had stuff to do was when they came down and won a corner.
Yes, of course, yeah.
A few clearances to make.
That was it.
That was it.
So he didn't. It was a quiet night for him. I mean, to be perfectly honest, it was mainly because Newcastle didn't offer anything. I think Odegaard didn't put in the worst shift in the world. I think it's only look. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he just needs more minutes on the pitch, and he might come good. And with the right striker, maybe even better.
Yeah, you know what? But another thing that I've always also been thinking about is maybe this formation doesn't suit his style of play.
A 4-3-3, of course, like Zaya would say, would suit his play a lot more. But of course, expose the crap out of the rest of the team.
Correct.
So not great for the team. Great for Odegaard.
No. Yeah. No. But so that could be a factor as well. But,
he's a young player. He's young. He can adapt.
Maybe given some time, he'll be fine.
It'll click.
He'll come to learn how to do his job in that formation, and
I mean, in worst case scenario, we can always shift ESR there and play around with the rest. We've got players, and this is where it's great. We've got depth. I mean, in this game, Saka first half, a bit how you going. Second half made up for it with a goal. It was unfortunate to see him go off. Half decent performance. If we judge him on the second half, he was great. First half, I think it was a bit dismal from him. Martinelli, for the impact that he had off the bench, we've got to give him some credit. I think it was mainly because he had the shits. I think he had a decent game. And I led the link up the play between him and Tommy, because it happened. It happened. It was like straight off the bat. Him and Tommy just gelled.
Yeah, straight away, yeah.
Yeah, it was like, oh, me and you were going to get on. And it's like, wow, look at that. And these guys have just gotten on the pitch together. Like, he's just been introduced and you guys have already got this mad link-up play. So it's a positive. It was a positive result all around. I don't think I was very, very, very happy with the first half, and I'm hoping that when we're going into our next game that we're going to have a bit of sense of urgency. That's the problem.
I don't think anyone was happy with that first half.
No. And I think, well, what do you think? Would you agree that against Manchester United, we need to start playing football from the word go, and we need to start pressing them from the word go? It's a 90-minute game.
We've got to go from the whistle, and do not let up. Like Arteta was saying now, in his post-match interview.
Post-match, yeah.
You know, we scored 2, but you know, I think it's time now that we start pressing and score the third and score the fourth to really finish the game off.
He wants that. He wants people that are going to press and keep continuing press, show some energy and fight.
And let's be real. That's, you know, last night's game could have been anything.
Could have been 3.
You know, if we came out from the beginning,
yeah, could have been 4.
Stop fuck-assing around in the first half,
yeah,
you know, and played like we did in the second half. Man, that could have been an anything game. We have no idea where that score would have ended up.
We had everything to play for, and it just seemed that we were lethargic in the first half. Mainly, honestly, I don't know if it was because of the loss against Liverpool. We were still shell shocked. I don't think so. I think it was. There's no pressure on us. We'll take our time. We're the Arsenal, and I think that it's regardless of the pressure that the other team puts on you. You need to go in there at 100 mile an hour. Now, of course, we aren't Liverpool, we aren't Manchester City, we aren't Chelsea, but a sense of urgency is what I think is required going forward from the get-go. That we are here to attack, and we're going to, like, if most teams can know that we're only going to play for the second half, then I know the first half is theirs to be had. And if we go down, we're gone.
Look at how we did it. Look how we did it. You know, against, what was it? Was it Villa?
Who?
Or was it Leicester? No, it was Leicester.
We finished off the game in the first
38 seconds into the game. We're in their box and Saka's having a shot on target, on goal.
First 25 minutes, Leicester didn't know what the hell was going on. First 25 minutes, like, what is happening? Shell shocked.
They were lost. They were like, what?
Yeah, and that's what I think, that consistency is what's required. We need to come into these games with a bit more energy, with a bit more fight. And that's why I think a player like Lacazette up front with the armband, I think is going to be a little bit more key to these players putting in a better shift. Screaming, yelling, carrying on.
Lead by example.
Exactly. The guys that kind of he'll foul, he'll foul a player, he'll elbow a player. He doesn't care what he has to do. Bite, scratch.
He's not all Suarez.
Mate, I've seen you've seen Lacazette with the fucking defenders all over the top of him, and they can't
throwing them around, and wrestling and everything.
And he still gets a shot and scores. It's like, this guy doesn't care. Hang off me. I'm still going to go a goal.
Well, that's the thing that he's got in that box with his back to goal. He's got a turn on him.
Yeah.
And sometimes he'll turn and shoot, but sometimes he'll turn and see you coming and put that ball through and put you through on goal.
And that's what I want.
Good part about him, and that's what we're missing with Aubameyang. His movement, it's not there.
He's either offside, or he's way off the mark.
Well, there was one point in the game yesterday where
Takahiro, there was a ball put through and Takahiro got on the end of it. And where was Aubameyang?
No.
Which one?
Before that, we were just outside their box.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy was on the line. Martinelli was maybe 2 meters ahead of him on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And Aubameyang is 1.5 meters away from Tommy asking for the ball.
Oh, wait. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing here? Yes. I saw that. I didn't know who it was for a second.
Nobody. There was nobody in the middle there, in the middle of the box, on the edge of the box. There was no Arsenal player. Odegaard was 10 metres back. Tavares and ESR are on the opposite wing.
Yeah, of course. Got to switch player.
The fuck are you doing?
You're supposed to be.
Fuck off to your spot, mate.
We're supposed to be finding you. You're not supposed to be finding us. Yeah. What are you doing, dude? I'm putting the ball into you. There. What are you going to do over here? You can't dribble for shit.
He does some dumb stuff, and that's what shits me about him at the moment. It's just stupid.
Honestly, Nick, Aubameyang, we're going to have to be looking for at least one more midfielder, but we have to make a striker in the January transfer window if we're lucky. We need to make that our next move. We need to look for a transfer.
Well,
we need a striker.
We've been linked with a couple.
Vahalovic.
Yeah, Dusan Vlahovic, and that is it
Jovic.
Isak?
Oh, Isak.
Oh, Luka Jovic. We've been
every 15 minutes.
Linked to him for God knows how long.
Benzema every 2 minutes. You heard about Benzema? He's in trouble. But luckily we never got him.
Yeah.
No, he's been ruled and shit.
I think his name is Isak or something, or Ishak.
Yeah. I've heard. I mean, we've been linked. We've been linked to Isak. We've been linked to Vlahovic. Apparently, we made an inquiry, and he's not getting back in contact with Arsenal. I don't know if that's from the Mirror, so you can't really take it too seriously.
Yes.
But you don't know what's going to happen behind closed doors. But I do think that we're going to need someone up front that's going to at least give us a bit more of a presence going forward. Right now, I think for the United game, it's going to have to be hopefully Lacazette. But look, end of the day, man, we got 3 points. It's a 2-0. The players can hold their head up high. The second half performance was great. It was a different team in the second half. Newcastle didn't have a chance against us, really, to be perfectly honest. And there was a lot of positives from the game. And I mean, as an Arsenal fan, I'm kind of happy that we got that win. We got 3 points and we can move on forward. Now, we got United coming up, and let's cross fingers that we can show up with a sense of urgency, mate, and we can actually take the game to United, because at the present time, this is the best time to play United. They're at their weakest. They've got a great squad, but they're at their weakest. So hopefully we can get a result against them, mate.
Oh, look, I'll take United. I've got confidence in the boys. Like at the end of the day, the way they're playing at the moment compared to the way we're playing, not being biased, not being rude or anything like that to United or their fans and supporters. But dude, they've showed nothing.
Yeah,
they've showed nothing.
They've got a lot of players. They haven't got a team yet, and with their and that's the issue.
Look at I spoke like this afternoon with my father-in-law, big United fan, and he said one thing, and it rings true. Since Ronaldo came into the team, Fernandes has disappeared. Yeah. And he's right.
Bruno's had a 50-50 season, and that's saying it nicely. Still rate the player though. He's a decent player.
100%.
Because when he shows up, that bastard, he brings a ball and you think, Jesus, how the hell did you see that? And it just drops pinpoint. But I think that mob, if they get a decent coach, and they have, of course, they've got Ragnick now, whatever. There's talks.
I'd say he's signed, has he?
Yeah, I think it's done. I think it's done and dusted from what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. It could be bullshit.
I haven't seen anything.
I'm hearing that he's on board, and it's weeks away.
Just a matter of time. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to help them. How he's going to come in with the team, he's going to probably take them apart. Have him, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw might be in a bit of trouble. But I think he's going to come in and sort that team out, but it'll take time. I'm hoping that they're going to be wayward when we go and face them, and I'm hoping we can get 3 points in that game. I think it's going to be a tough game, but I think it's going to be tough.
It will. Look, it's not going to be a cakewalk. It's not going to be a walk in the park.
No.
Right? But like you said, it's probably, a good time to hit them.
Yeah.
And hit them hard.
That's it.
Because they're a shamble at the moment. We
got to take advantage of it. It's 3 points. We need them, mate. That's it. We need to go in there, take the game to them. Just go in there feeling strong, feeling comfortable. We can't go in there thinking this is United, because this is not a United team. This is a United that's in trouble right now. We need to go in there and say, look, we're playing our game. We got to play our game. Hopefully get this win and move forward. Look, Nick, I'm going to wrap it up. I think we done good against Newcastle. I think I'm kind of happy. It didn't ruin my weekend. I don't think it ruined yours. And
no, not at all, mate.
No, you pretty happy? You got smiles?
No, went to bed very happy, man.
Oh, there you go. You went to bed happy. I worked all day and came and stayed up. Didn't see the girlfriend. No, didn't go there. No. Didn't do any of that, And for the first 45 minutes, I was just doing should have gone.
Yeah.
And in the second 45 minutes, I'm going, fucking great. So, look.
I'm glad I didn't.
I'm glad I stayed here, yes. So, guys, look, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, we'll have our co-host, Zaya, come in next week, and we'll do the United review. Hopefully, we get a win, cross fingers. But from the Aussie Gooner to everyone out there that's watching this, it's Uru, guys. Uru.